everybody, Superfluous J here with another Factorio for beginners, and as I promised last episode, we are going to do advanced circuits today, starting with our standard 8 tile gap between the things. Sorry if I clear my throat a lot. I've got a little bit of a stuck throat. I don't think there's any coronavirus involved in this. It's just my throat's a little sore, or not sore, but a little scratchy. So let me blow up some trees. Oh, get some of this going. Okay, we've got our advanced circuits now, so we can actually make them. We should also make the next armor. We should always make the next armor when it's available. So I'm just gonna research that now, and once it comes up, we'll talk about making it for real. But modular armor, armor in general is one of those things that you don't really have to make in any amount of speed. So, advanced circuits. We just got the ability to make them. Let's look at these things. They they take plastic bars, copper cables, and electronic circuits. So, copper cables, this is the first time in a while that we've had to pull copper off the bus. Keep needing grenades here. So we're going to have to run up here and bring the copper down. Probably also going to want to get some bricks down here pretty soon. We also need electronic circuits. It's been a while since we need electronic circuits off the bus. Oops. Okay, I didn't screw anything up by doing that. That could have bled circuits onto that belt, but it was full, so no big deal. Okay, and then we're going to need plastic. So we need plastic, copper cable, which is copper, and electronic circuits. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to look at ratios of... Oh, there we go. There's our armor. Do we have anything else? Let's see. Stack inserter. We don't really want to research that yet. Modules doesn't actually research anything, so I'll queue that up. Flammables doesn't actually research anything. So when I say doesn't actually research anything, there's nothing here. What it does is it gives us the ability to do things with flammables. So those will be important later, but for right now, it's not a big deal. Lab research speed is always a good thing to research. Just get it out of the way, really. Mining productivity, we can research that. Follower robot count. What this is, the amount of robots that could follow you. If you look up here, yeah, actually, I should probably mention these things. When you click on a power pole, it brings this up. When you click on production statistics, it brings up something very similar, but with a lot of stuff on it. I'm not going to talk about this very much right now, but this is everything my base is making and everything it's consuming. And you can go out an hour, you can go out 50 hours. Now, granted, we've only been playing for 7 hours, so you can go out 10 hours. You can see like all these different things that we're producing, and you can also see like we're making 400 a minute of these, 390 a minute of these. We're actually making more iron ore per minute than we are iron belts or iron plates, which I guess makes sense. Fluids, really, we've only got a couple fluids going on. Buildings, production, kills. There's only been one kill so far, which is kind of funny because I guess. Oh, there we go. I haven't done any kills lately. These are basically all the times I've gone out and killed things. I don't know what buildings is. I guess this is things placed, maybe. I really don't know. I guess this is building... Yeah, these are things I've placed down. I've never really looked at this. But bonuses. Bonuses is really what I want to talk about. And follower robot count is right now 5. That means I can have 5 things following me at any time. And follower robot count plus 1 is going to make them double, basically. So might as well research it. It's not gonna hurt anything. Doesn't really need to be talked about. Stronger explosives needs blue science, so we can't really do that right now. Mining productivity, I've already got that. And lab speed, I've already got. And nothing else really needs talked about at the moment. So I think I'm going to leave this as it is and just let these things run. Okay, let's talk about red science. Let's also talk about blue assemblers. Assembler 2s is really what they're called. That's what the game refers to them as. They are basically the assembler that we're going to be using most of the game. The assembler 3s are kind of overkill. they're crazy once we get to them, and we're not going to have them for quite a while, so it's not even worth talking about them. But anyway, these guys produce, as I mentioned before, faster than the assembler ones, which is nice when you have stuff with a high crafting time, like say 6 seconds per advanced circuit, and when you need a lot of that thing. So we need to figure out how to make advanced circuits. I already know, but well, at least I can derive it. But what we want to do here is we're sending everything. Oh, hold on, my cat wants out of the room. Okay, I'm back. And let's see. So yeah, these things need there we go. They need 2 plastic bars and 4 copper cables, which is actually 2 copper plates, because you remember copper cables, 1 copper plate makes 2 copper cables, and it needs 2 electronic circuits. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the plastic bars and the electronic circuits on one belt, and then I'm going to deal with the copper cables, because we're not putting copper cables on any belt. We're going to deal with the copper cables down here. So what we want to do, and this is a little ridiculous, is we want a belt of copper coming in. And then we want a belt of these 2 guys. We're going to convert the copper to copper cables here and put them on this belt. So this belt doesn't need to go any further. And then they're going to turn into copper cables. They're going to come up here. Then we're going to have the 3 items we need here. And then everything's going to get spat out onto a belt here. So really the question is how many copper cables, or how many I should say advanced circuits can we make with a single copper cable maker? So this guy makes 2 copper cables every half second, or 4 every second. This guy needs 4 every 6 seconds, so this guy can support 6 of these guys. Convenient ratio. So we do that, and then that is a perfect ratio of the 2 things to each other. So what we want to do here is got copper coming in this way. We want to be able to stuff copper into this thing as fast as possible. So I'm going to throw 2 on here, and I'm willing to make it 3 if it is necessary. Then we want to take them right back out and put them on this line. Oh wait, I did them the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to see, but these guys are actually facing this way, and their arrows are going onto this belt. And he's making twice as many copper cables as he's putting in, so I'm going to actually have 3 of these things spitting out just to make sure that we get enough on this line. Then here we want to stuff those in. We're going to stuff 2 of those and 1 of these in here. Now that's probably overkill now that I'm thinking about it, because it does take 6 seconds to make these things, and we only need 4 of one and 2 of another. So I think we're going to go like this and put this here. So then we want this guy on the outside and this guy on the inside. And when I say outside and inside, I mean based on where the power poles are going to go. So that does that. This needs to go all the way to here. Oops, this needs to go all the way to here, and this I'm actually going to run all the way to here. And we're going to run it all the way to this power pole. And then we're going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. We're going to do all of these devices here. All the power poles. I didn't copy the inserters because they don't work very well. They because you have to. It's not just a rotation. It's actually being flipped. So we have to do this part manually. So we need 2 in, and then all 3 out. And this is where this belt starts. It goes this way. And then we've got the iron coming this way. Oh, out of belts. Run all the way up here for belts. I should have my car, and I should be driving my car around, but it can be a pain in the butt because you can crash into things with your car fairly often. So let's go ahead and grab a bunch of belts. We don't need splitters or undergrounds. We've got plenty of those. We could use some more blue inserters because we're running low on those and we're using them more often now. Probably could have grabbed red inserters as well, but I'll live with it. Oops. So now we just also repeat this pattern. Yellow's on the closest to the side here. Red's in the middle. And do them up here as well, might as well. Oops, boom, 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 and boom. And then we need to spit them out. Oops. It literally doesn't matter where I put these, I just like them in the middle. They look nicer. And we need to finish this belt off. Okay, and then we run these to the end like I did before. Run this to the end like I did before. And now this is our perfect factory here. So we want copper. We want an entire line of copper right here. So let's go into map mode. Let's zoom in up here and find where we're grabbing an entire line of copper. Looks like this is pretty nice of a line. So then we'll paste that right here. We want that here, and we want that here. And we just run it all down like we always do. These we have to run back to do this one because otherwise it'll run them backwards. Oh, there we go. Oops, and there we go. Then we're gonna need this guy here, and we can put him down as far as he'll reach, just so the next time we need a long power pole, it goes as far as it can possibly go. And then we need copper and, electronic circuits and plastic bars on this belt. So we've got plastic bars here. Plastic bars, watch out. Oops. Oh, that's right. Yeah, plastic bars are a red belt. So we're gonna need more red belts. Let me run up there and get more red belts while I'm talking. I forgot what I was talking about when I noticed I was out of red belts. So hopefully I'll remember eventually what it was. I do think I want to pick up all the red belts. We'll pick up one thing of undergrounds and all the splitters. And while I'm up here, I noticed I was getting low on these splitters, so I'll grab those. And we are out of stuff. Okay, I'm going to lay these. We don't need... Yeah, a lot of the stuff in our inventory we don't need. Yeah, I'm not sure what to get rid of. We could definitely get rid of these shotgun shells because we're never going to be using a shotgun again. What I like to do with my extra stuff here, this is a trick here. Let's make a box. Let's put shotgun shells. We know we're never going to use shotgun shells again. This wood is potentially useful, but not very. These wooden power poles, I don't really care about them. I just mostly want to get them out of my inventory. Then you can hold your thing over here, or your cursor over here, and hit the letter C. And you just blew up the box. It's sitting there. It'll go away eventually. It'll like fade from existence eventually. But for right now, it's stuff out of my inventory. And that's generally what I care about. So anyway, let's just run this all the way down here so we have it. Then we're gonna need a splitter. We want to use a red one. And then after this, we could use yellow from now on going down. So we're actually going to switch over, hit X to switch what I'm using. We're going to run the yellow belts like this, and then go on like that. Now we've got plastic going that way, then we want electronic circuits going this way. And we want to switch over to red undergrounds. Oops, like I said, I don't want to do any more research until I'm ready to talk about it, so we're just going to hit that and let it go. So I'm going to do undergrounds here. We want to make sure everything on this line is always red, so that these guys run at the speed that they're expected to go. But anytime you're taken off of that line, you can then run it in yellow because you don't care. The speed things go off the line. I'm just going to run this down so it continues. And now we've got electronic circuits going one way. We've got plastic going the other way. These guys should have already loaded up with plastic. They have. As soon as the electronic circuits come down, they're going to load up on electronic circuits. They're already loaded up on copper cable, and they are ready now to get their circuits and to start making me red, whatever you call it. Advanced circuits, red circuits. So now let's talk about that armor. Modular armor. Look at that. It needs advanced circuits. Well, that's convenient that we're making them. It needs 30 of them, so it'll take a little bit for it to come. And it'll also take 50 steel plate, which we happen to have in our inventory along with all the other garbage in our inventory. Basically, I'm going to make the modular armor, and then I'm going to put it in my armor slot down here, and I'm going to throw this heavy armor away. Either off into the woods somewhere or into a box that I'll eventually blow up with a machine gun. We've already got 12 of these circuits, so we're doing pretty good as far as this. I'll run down here and pick these up. We could also double while we're waiting. We could double our ability to make these things here by doubling this. We want this to go here, so we need to delete these and then Control V to repaste what we had. It's this line right here, and I hate it when I run over a belt and then I don't know if I went correctly or not. But let's go ahead and put a fast one there. Splitter, underground, yellow belt, and then oops, and then these guys. Now the plastic's going, and we just need and there. And now we've got these things going here. We probably now have enough red circuits to make a modular armor. Yes, we do. So we're making a modular armor now. It takes a while to make, but it's the only one we'll ever make in the game, probably. And modular armor is one of the first armors that has more bonuses than just having armor. Let me put it on and I'll show you here what I mean. You click in modular armor now. Look at my inventory as I click the modular armor on myself. I just got a bonus line of armor, which is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and just toss this right there. We never need it again. And in addition to that, if you right-click your modular armor, see it says up there, inventory size bonus 10. If you right-click the modular armor, it gives you your armor inventory. And I think also if I do this, no, it doesn't. Oh yeah, you can get there that way too. You can hit E, and then you can say open equipment grid, and it opens your equipment grid. And then to close it, you just hit E again to go back to this thing. But yeah, here's my character. I can change his color and stuff. I don't generally care about that. Let's make me like the White Knight here. There we go. I look like a stormtrooper now. Then my armor, batteries, like I don't have batteries or anything yet. But anyway, this equipment grid, I can put stuff in here, and that stuff, I can put things that generate power. I can put then things that require power, and I can then power those things. If you look here at crafting, it's always in your combat because it kind of fits for, like your character, so like the armor and stuff like that. You don't see any right now because I haven't researched any, but I will. And I will right now. We need to look at what we can make. This is that follower robot count. I can just research follower robot count too. Not a big deal. And then let's see. These things all take blue. So night vision equipment, that would give me the ability to see at night without lights, which is pretty good. And I'm probably going to pick that up. There's also belt immunity, which is also nice, but it requires power. These all require power. So there's also personal batteries and let's see, and portable solar panels. Portable solar panels take regular solar panels, which I haven't researched yet, even though I can. And they're the best way to generate power in the beginning game. So, or in the beginning module thing. So I'm going to research solar panels, and then I'm going to look ahead and research portable solar panels. And then I'm going to look ahead and research belt immunity equipment and night vision. That's a lot of stuff, but that's what we're going to research as we go here. And then I can kind of show you what happens, like how these things work, which will be nice. Anyway, now you notice that we're making these red circuits fairly slowly. Because these make one every 6 seconds, and a yellow belt moves 15 items per second, or 7.5 items per 7.5 items per side per second. These guys, we would need 6 times 7.5, which is a large number. What is that? 6 times 7 is 30, 42, and then another 3, 45. We need 45 of these, 6 at a time, to make a yellow belt's worth, which is kind of crazy. And we're gonna need probably at least a red belt for this. So this is gonna be a lot of necessity, being the mother of invention here, to make this. So when you think about it, I need 6 of these, and I said I needed 45, so it's 6, 12, 24, 48. 6, 12, 24, 40. That's 8 of these. 8 blocks like this going out this way will fill a yellow belt. So if I have 2 of these side by side and then merge them together, that's a red belt. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and I'm just going to paste it right here. And I'm going to remove the power pole, because that's not where it's going to go. And I'm also not going to do these yet. But when the time comes, I'm going to run these out all the way until I get a yellow belt, and then I'm going to start doing these and then merge them together for a red belt. It's just what it takes. And in the meantime, I'm going to blow up all these trees out of anger. So yeah, that's your red circuits. And red circuits, I don't remember where I'm going to put them, but looks like right next to the green circuits. So let's go ahead and send them on their way out here. And green circuits need to go underground. And I'm actually going to eventually have 2 lines of green circuits, so I want the red circuits there. And that is that. And that is also, I think, where I'm going to leave it. That's red circuits. That's modular armor. Next time we're going to start getting modules, and we're gonna start doing solar panels, and I'll actually probably make a few solar panels and show you them. I don't plan on actually using solar panels in this playthrough, so I'll just show you how they work, and I'll set up a few just to power things, and so you can see what happens. But in general, I'm just going to use steam power for most of the base, and maybe a little bit of nuclear right at the end. But anyway, I hope you're looking forward to all of that. I just remembered one last thing I wanted to do. Oh, notice our green circuits. We're going to need more green circuits. We'll probably start doing that next time. I wanted to place a radar out here, because if you look on the map, now I'm here right now, but there's no, there's like a radar here, a radar here, and a radar here, but there is no radar here. So I'm actually going to place a radar right here. And that'll give us better coverage of our entire base, so we'll know what's going on. And if I could hit the right keys here, there we go. This is getting a little scary. Our pollution cloud's starting to get closer to these guys. These guys are still a little bit far away, but we might research something to hurt the bad guys. Although if I remember correctly, we have another kill the bad guys thing, but I guess we don't. Yeah, I thought we did, but oh well. I'll research something to hurt the bad guys, and then we'll go out there and we'll blow up some biters, and take some stone off the ground too. But yeah, that's all next time, and we'll also have to pump up our gears and our green circuit production, because these are both not keeping up with what's needed. Yeah, gears are getting used up by our red belts, and circuits are getting used up not only by our red belts, but also by, look at this trickle down here. That's almost nothing going down into producing the red circuits. So this is where we start seeing a cascade of resources being needed. It's kind of interesting. I enjoy it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm HMV, and I will, as always, say dang it. I'm Superfluous J, and I will, as always, get my name wrong and talk at you later.